In a crisis, the most dangerous thing is to be memorable. While everyone around becomes a target, I will show you how to become completely invisible, moving through chaos unnoticed. Many believe that becoming a gray person is simply about wearing inconspicuous clothing. They are mistaken. This mistake could make them victims, robbed, or even worse, as society begins to collapse. Welcome to Survival in Shelter. I am going to teach you the 7 rules that will turn you into a true gray man. These are advanced tactics that significantly surpass what others are taught. By the end of this video, you will know how to move unnoticed in a hostile environment, even when chaos surrounds you. These are not theoretical knowledge. These are practical methods used by spies, security specialists, and people who have experienced real civil unrest. Rule number 7 is what separates amateurs from professionals, and most prepared individuals have never even heard of it. Let's dive into the topic. So, what is a gray man? It is the ability to blend into any environment so as not to elicit any reaction from those around you. You do not arouse suspicion, you are not interesting, you do not threaten, you do not even deserve a second glance. You are the unnoticed background noise. In a post-apocalyptic situation, civil unrest, economic collapse, or during a power outage, standing out means becoming a target. If you look prepared, desperate people will notice you. If you look wealthy, you will attract the attention of criminals. If you look weak, you will become a target for predators. A gray man becomes none of these. You dissolve into the background while remaining fully aware and able to defend yourself if necessary. Most training materials focus on what gear to buy. I am going to teach you something more valuable: how to become invisible. This is operational security at the highest level. Here are 7 rules that will help you survive when everyone else makes fatal mistakes. Rule number 1. Establish your base before moving. The base is what is considered normal for a specific situation at a given time. This is the foundation upon which everything else is built. If you make a mistake here, the other 6 rules won't save you. Foundations depend on context. What is normal at the beach is not normal in a business district. What is normal during the day is not normal at 2 in the morning. What is normal in rural Texas is not normal in downtown Manhattan. Before entering a new area, a neighborhood, a store, a crowd, you must stop and observe. Not just look, but analyze. What are people wearing? Not just the type of clothing, but also the colors, fit, condition. Is the clothing new or worn, bright or muted, branded or simple? How do people move? Quickly or slowly, purposefully or wandering, relaxed or tense? Are they in groups or alone? What is the noise level? Are people talking, shouting, or silent? What is the emotional temperature? Calm, nervous, angry, scared. This is what most people do not understand. Basic norms change rapidly in times of crisis. What seemed normal yesterday may stand out today. In conditions of civil unrest, wearing a suit can become a target, as everyone else is dressed casually. An expensive bag may signal that you have valuable items. A person striving for inconspicuousness constantly reevaluates basic norms as the situation changes. Let me give a real example. During the protests in 2020, wearing black clothing allowed some to blend in with the protesters in certain cities, while in other places, it marked you as a provocateur and made you a target for both the police and counter-protesters. The same clothing, but with opposite effects, because the basic norms were different. Your task is to precisely match the basic norms to become part of the surrounding landscape. Not a little different, not approximately, but to be identical to the statistical average of how people around you dress. This requires humility. Perhaps you don't like baseball caps, but if everyone wears them, you should wear one too. You may like tactical pants, but if everyone is in jeans, wear jeans. Ego kills. Basic norms preserve life. Before entering a new zone, spend 5 to 10 minutes observing from a distance. Watch how people dress, move, and behave, and then match that exactly. Rule number 2. Eliminate all stimuli that may attract attention to you. Your brain has a system called the reticular activating system, or RAS for short. This is a filter that determines which information captures your attention and which is ignored. Without this filter, you would experience sensory overload from thousands of incoming signals every second. The RAS is designed to detect anomalies, things that are different, unusual, or potentially threatening. You have surely experienced this. At a crowded party, while having a conversation, you filter out the background noise, and suddenly someone from afar calls your name. Instantly, your RAS activates. This word is important, and it breaks through the filter. Your goal is to never activate anyone's RAS. You want to be background noise that is ignored, not an anomaly attracting attention. This is what triggers a reaction and makes you memorable. Logos and brands. A weapon manufacturer's logo on your t-shirt tells everyone that you probably own a firearm. It's a signal. Your brain instantly classifies that person as a gun owner. In times of crisis, you have just become a target. Remove all logos. No brand names, no slogans, no distinguishing marks. Dress in simple clothing of muted solid colors: gray, beige, dark blue, black, depending on basic norms. Tactical gear in civilian conditions. Paracord bracelets, patches, 511 brand pants, military-style boots, operator caps. All of this screams, "I am prepared," or "I have training." You just informed everyone that you are a high-value target. New or expensive items in deteriorating environments. If society is collapsing and everyone looks unkempt, your new shoes and pristine backpack set you apart as someone with resources. Opposite color schemes from the baseline. If everyone around is in dark clothing and you are in bright white, it attracts attention. If everyone is in casual wear and you are in a formal suit, it also sets you apart. Identification of military or law enforcement. Even if you have served, do not emphasize it in a crisis situation. Veterans' caps, unit patches, flags with a thin blue line create instant associations and can make you a target for people with anti-authoritarian sentiments. Political or ideological symbols. Patches with the American flag, Gadsden flags, stickers depicting political candidates. This immediately informs those around you of your beliefs and creates division. You want to remain anonymous, taking no side. Reflective or shiny materials, anything that catches light draws attention. Watches, jewelry, metal buckles, reflective strips on clothing, all are triggers for attracting attention. Unusual scents, strong perfumes, gun cleaning solvents, smoke from a fire, gasoline. Unusual smells provoke a reaction. You want to smell neutral or like in your familiar surroundings. Visible weapons or bulges in the shape of weapons. Even if you legally carry concealed weapons, their visible outline through clothing or noticeable knife clips also attract attention. People notice and remember. This is a harsh truth. Everything you wear or use sends a signal. Your task is to send only one signal. There's nothing interesting here. Check each item on yourself. Does it provoke a reaction? If so, remove it or hide it completely. The gray man is a chameleon, unnoticed, quickly forgotten, never someone anyone will remember. Rule number 3, control your gaze and body language. This is what most materials about the gray man misunderstand. They focus on your clothing and ignore the most dangerous sign: how you move and where you look. Your body language speaks more about you than anything you wear. Eye contact. Avoid it completely. At the moment you make direct eye contact with someone, you create a connection. They remember you. You evoke their reaction. Observe how people move through the crowd in ordinary times. Most make brief glances but do not fix their gaze. This is your baseline. In crisis situations, eye contact can be interpreted as aggression or weakness depending on the context. In any case, you are noticeable. Keep your eyes moving naturally, but never fix your gaze on someone. If accidental eye contact occurs, immediately and casually look away, showing no fear or aggression. Use peripheral vision. This is a trained skill. You can see threats and assess the situation without making obvious movements, like on patrol. Head position matters. Constantly moving the head side to side, what we call tactical scanning, can reveal your readiness. It signals, "I am looking for threats," which means I expect danger, making me potentially dangerous, or indicating that I have something worth protecting. Instead, use natural head movements. Turn your head when it feels natural. Look at road signs, check traffic, glance at shop windows. Use reflections in windows and car mirrors to check what's happening behind you without turning around. Pay attention to the pace and rhythm of your walking. Most people don't think about how they walk, but the gray man does. Walk at the same pace as those around you. Don't rush. It creates a sense of anxiety or fear. Don't slow down. It may signal that you are observing or confused. Adjust to the rhythm of the crowd. If people are strolling, walk at the same pace. If they are walking with purpose, walk with purpose. The length of the step, posture, and arm movements must match the norm. A military march will stand out. A sporty step will also attract attention. A confused gait gives you away. Posture says a lot. Stand straight. Pull back your shoulders, lift your chin. This is a confident posture, possibly military or police, signaling your capacity for violence. If you slouch, Lower your head and hide your hands in your pockets. It indicates that you are a victim, an easy target. The gray man assumes a neutral, relaxed posture, neither aggressive nor submissive, relaxed but not careless. Being alert but not tense is crucial. As for hand positioning, never keep them close to concealed weapons. This is an unconscious habit noticed by trained people. Keep your hands visible and in a natural position. Occasionally, you can hide your hands in your pockets if it matches the overall background, but keeping your hands in your pockets constantly may signal that you are hiding something or feeling nervous. Your facial expression also matters. Your face should show a slight neutral satisfaction. Don't smile. It may seem strange in tense situations. Don't frown. That's aggressive. Don't show a blank expression. It scares people. Think about how you look when pondering what to make for dinner. Regarding the reaction to threats, it is critically important when something alarming happens. Gunshots, explosions, screams. Ordinary people usually freeze in shock or look at the source of the sound. Trained individuals do neither. They immediately seek cover, assessing the threat from a protected position. If you are trying to blend in with the crowd, you must react like inexperienced people do, with brief shock and confusion, looking around and observing the reactions of those around you. Yes, this contradicts your training, but if you immediately fall and seek cover at the sound of gunfire, you will demonstrate to all observers that you have tactical training. The gray man takes a bit more risk to maintain his invisibility. You cannot be gray if you move like an operator. Rule number 4. Master the control of conversation and the gray man tactic in communication. To become invisible is not only physical, but also verbal. The words you use, your manner of speaking, and the information you share all affect whether you will be remembered. Try to avoid conversations whenever possible. Every interaction creates a memory. The more you talk, the more impressions you leave, the more memorable you become. If someone tries to start a conversation with you, asking for directions, engaging in small talk, or seeking information, you need exit strategies that won't raise suspicion. Use vague and boring responses. I'm not local. Sorry. I'm late. Sorry, I don't know, but good luck. These responses are polite but lack information and naturally end the conversation. If you still need to interact, use strategic neutrality. Let's give generic, unmemorable answers. Don't share personal details, specific places, opinions, or plans. Question: where are you headed? Bad answer: I'm going to my sister's on Mape Street to pick up some things. Good answer: just running errands. Avoid showing competence. Don't give advice. Don't correct misinformation. Don't show your knowledge. If someone says, I heard there's still water at the store on 5th Street, don't respond, actually, that store was robbed yesterday. It's better to go to 3rd Street. You just demonstrated that you have fresh information about the situation. People will remember this. Oh, interesting. Thank you for the information. Imitate the manner of speaking. People trust and ignore those who speak like them. If your basic style is casual language, do not speak formally. If people speak slowly, do not speak quickly. Adjust to their vocabulary level, neutral accent, and pace. Never discuss preparedness, weapons, tactics, or survival. Even if someone touches on it, pretend you don't know. Oh, I'm not very knowledgeable about that. Yes, I probably should be more prepared. I never really thought about it. People remember those who are prepared, who are passionate about weapons or tactics. They do not remember those who are indifferent. Avoid strong opinions on any issues. Politics, religion, current events. Explicit opinions make you memorable and can create enemies. I am not very interested in politics. I haven't followed the news. I try to stay away from all of this. Indifference is unnoticeable. Passion is memorable. Strategic deafness. Sometimes the best answer is no answer. If someone asks an intrusive question, you can pretend not to hear, look distracted, or simply ignore it and keep moving. People will think you didn't hear or weren't paying attention rather than that you are deliberately ignoring them. Never use jargon or technical language. Military terminology, tactical terms, specific training language. All of this reveals your preparedness. Don't say situational awareness or SOCP, SHTF, gray man, or evacuation. Speak like an ordinary untrained person. A verbal gray man speaks as little as possible, and what he says must be boring, vague, and instantly forgettable. Rule number 5. Master the adaptive tactics of the gray man to change the environment. Here, amateurs fail. They study one scheme and think that's all. Clothing that makes you invisible in one environment makes you a target in another. The true gray man has adaptive options and changes appearance depending on the surroundings. A multi-layer clothing system. You need the ability to quickly change your appearance. Reversible jackets, layers that can be added or removed, things that change your silhouette. You must be able to change your look from office to warehouse in 30 seconds. How to do this? Use removable outer layers in different styles. Wear a shirt over a simple t-shirt. Take off the shirt, put it in a bag, and your look has completely changed. Use adaptive accessories. A baseball cap significantly alters your perception. Put it on or take it off, and you look different. Reading glasses, even without prescription, radically change your appearance. In any case, you become a different person. A light jacket alters your silhouette and color scheme. These items are small, compact, and allow you to adapt your appearance depending on the situation as you move between different places. As for bags, carrying one makes you stand out as a mobile person, possibly on the move, perhaps with valuable belongings. In some places, everyone has bags, while in others, no one does. The solution: a foldable bag. A lightweight bag that fits in your pocket. When you need a bag, just take it out. When not, put it back in your pocket. It's important what type of bag you choose. A tactical backpack signifies readiness. A laptop bag indicates office work, and a sports bag represents physical activity. Match your style. Now about vehicles. Your car can ruin your disguise. Stickers on the bumper, decals on the windows, modifications, even the level of cleanliness, all send signals. In a crisis situation when most cars are dirty and worn, a clean car stands out. In a good neighborhood, a shabby car raises suspicions. The gray man's car must be completely average for its environment. No stickers, no modifications, no unnecessary attention. If you need to move through different areas, remove all identifiers. A magnetic sign or removable sticker can instantly change your car's message. Adaptation to daytime and nighttime. Conditions change drastically between day and night. What blends in with the surroundings during the day can stand out at night. At night in the city, people are either returning from work, heading to bars, or are clearly homeless. Your clothing must fit one of these categories. Being on the street at night in residential areas raises suspicions unless you are coming home from work with a bag, dressed appropriately. The gray man knows when and where it is best for him to be. Movement between districts of varying income levels is critically important and rarely discussed. Transitioning from a wealthy area to a poor one, or vice versa, requires adaptation in appearance. Wearing expensive clothes in a poor area makes you a target. Wearing cheap clothes in a wealthy area raises suspicion. If you need to pass through different zones with varying income levels, plan to change your appearance at the borders. Find a secluded place, a gas station, restroom, parking lot, garage, or alley, and alter your look. Remove or add layers of clothing. Change the bag. Adjust your appearance to match your destination rather than where you came from. Cultural and regional adaptations. Different norms apply in different regions. Rural areas versus urban, southern versus northern, coast versus inland states. What is considered normal everyday clothing in Texas is unacceptable in New York. Grayman explores regional norms before the trip. Adaptations to the progress of the crisis. As the crisis deepens, the basic norms change. On the first day of disaster, people still look relatively normal. By the 7th day, everyone is unkempt, dirty, and exhausted. If you look fresh and clean on the 7th day, you stand out. Grayman consciously allows his appearance to deteriorate at the same rate as his surroundings, meaning he does not wash his clothes daily, lets his beard grow, and embraces dirt and wear just like those around him. It is difficult for prepared people. You have the opportunity to remain clean, but cleanliness makes you memorable. The main law of adaptation: always conform to the current environment, not your initial state or goal. Rule number 6. Cultivate the inner mentality of a gray man. This is a mental discipline that no one teaches. Physical training is the external aspect. Mental training is internal. Both are necessary. Emotional control in stressful situations. Crisis generates strong emotions: fear, anger, panic. These emotions change your body language, facial expressions, and decision-making. Grayman maintains emotional neutrality regardless of internal state. You just heard gunshots. Inside, your heart is racing. Adrenaline is surging. Outside, you appear slightly anxious like everyone else, not moving with precise tactical accuracy. This is mental discipline. feeling fear inside while maintaining calm on the outside, awareness of the situation without looking tense. You constantly scan the space for threats. You notice everything. You have identified exits, cover, potential threats, and escape routes, but you look as if you are just strolling, perhaps slightly bored. This is advanced training. Your peripheral vision is working at full capacity. You use reflections, listen to sounds, track movement patterns, but your eyes do not fidget. Clearly, you suppress your protective instincts. You see a woman being harassed, and your instinct is to intervene. The gray man does not intervene unless directly threatened, as intervention makes you memorable and a potential target. It is a cold calculation. Your mission is survival and achieving the goal. Playing the hero violates the gray man's protocol. You may hate this reality. I hate this reality. But reality doesn't care. Patience and restraint. Someone roughly pushes you, perhaps intentionally testing you. The instinct of a prepared fighter is to respond with controlled aggression, to assert your superiority. Grayman apologizes even if it's not his fault, and leaves. You instantly de-escalate the situation. Pride can cost you your life. Ego makes you memorable. Decision-making under observation. You are in a store. People are panic buying goods. Will you aggressively grab supplies or pretend you need nothing? The gray man takes only what matches his current image. If you pretend not to be ready, you won't be able to fill the basket with supplies for survival. You may have to make several trips to different stores. Perhaps you pretend to shop for someone else. Maybe you buy things that don't reveal you as a devoted hoarder. Canned vegetables and rice are less noticeable than ready-made survival kits and water filtration systems. Self-control regarding your skills. You know how to help. You have medical skills. Someone is injured, and those around are doing everything wrong. The gray man does not offer his skills unless it is critical for his survival. Once you provide qualified medical assistance, you are remembered as the one who knew what to do. Now you become a resource that others will come for. A mental distance from those around you. It is cruel, but necessary. The gray man does not form attachments or commitments to strangers in a crisis situation. You do not join groups, you do not make friends, you do not promise to help. Every relationship is a potential risk, making you more memorable to those around you. You are friendly, but unnoticeable, polite, yet distant. You help slightly, but never become indispensable. Maintaining a mask under interrogation. Someone begins to suspect. They ask direct questions, checking your story. The gray man does not become defensive. He does not give too many details. He does not act nervously. You respond boringly, with slight bewilderment at why they are asking. You are slightly irritated by the interruption, but do not feel threatened. I'm just trying to get home. I don't know what you think is happening. Then you disengage and calmly withdraw, not running. The main mentality. You are an observer, not a participant. You exist in the environment but are not part of it. This mental framework allows you to instinctively make decisions like a gray man without consciously analyzing every situation. Rule number 7. Mastery of operational deception. These are advanced tactics used by professionals. This is what distinguishes true practitioners of the gray man from those who merely wear ordinary clothes. A strategic misdirection regarding the direction and place of origin. If someone is watching your movement, they should not be able to determine where you came from or where you are going. The gray man uses unconventional routes, intentional stops that disrupt familiar patterns, and false changes in direction. For example, you are walking home. Instead of going straight to the goal, you pass by your street, stop at a random place for 5 minutes, and then return from a different direction. No one watching you will be able to determine your true objective. Decoys, and false information. If you are forced to engage in conversation or someone checks your bag, what they find must confirm a false image. Carry items that support an ordinary camouflage story. A receipt from a store in a different area, a business card from a faceless company, a shopping list with common goods. If someone checks bags or documents, these items will help you create the image of an ordinary person engaged in daily activities. You should think ahead of several different appearance profiles in case of a crisis. Prepare 3 distinct profiles. Profile A is your usual look for home areas. Profile B is a business or office style for commercial districts. Profile C is a work or casual look for industrial or underprivileged areas. Each profile includes special items, bags, accessories, and backstory. When you need to move through different environments, you change your profile accordingly. Sometimes, showing a slight vulnerability can be a protective mechanism, as you do not appear to be a threat or a high-value target. A slight limp, reading glasses, visible packaging of medical supplies, all signal that you are harmless and probably not worth robbing. This is a conscious deception. You appear incompetent, though you are actually capable. The lost man tactic. If you are asked or need to explain why you are in this area, appearing confused or bewildered, is an instant excuse. I am trying to find my sister's apartment. I thought it was on this street. My GPS isn't working. Can you tell me how to get to the main road? Being lost explains any suspicious behavior. The wrong neighborhood, a slow gait, looking around, hesitations, fraud with documents. In situations where you may be checked by authorities or organized groups, having ordinary documents will help avoid deeper questions. An old employee ID from an abstract company, a library card, an expired gym membership, all seem harmless, but they support your legend as an ordinary citizen. Strategic concealment of resources. If you need to carry supplies, arrange them so that it looks innocent. Water bottles in a sports bag with workout clothes, a protein bar scattered among documents, a first aid kit in a small pouch labeled for diabetics. Nothing appears prepared for survival. Everything has an ordinary explanation. Awareness of counterintelligence without suspicious behavior. You check if you're being followed without revealing it. Stop to tie your shoelace while looking back. Shop using reflections. Make a wrong turn and correct it, watching who is following you. Professional counterintelligence without a professional appearance. The exit strategy is always pre-planned. Before entering any place, you must identify the primary and secondary exits, emergency routes, and gathering points in safe zones along the route. However, you should never explicitly check these paths. Do it casually, as if you are just aware of your surroundings. The nuclear option is a complete change of appearance. In conditions of truly high threat, you may need to completely alter your look, including not just your clothes. This means temporarily changing hair color, different glasses, altered gait, a different voice, and accent. This is a level of mastery that requires skill, and most people do not need it. But understanding its existence shows the depth of true gray man operations. It is the highest tactic. Use your own environmental security measures against surveillance. Surveillance systems, checkpoints, patrol routes, all of this exists. Grayman uses them to merge with the environment rather than to avoid it. A confident walk through a checkpoint, as if you belong there, raises less suspicion than trying to bypass it. Being caught in the camera's field of view with dozens of others is less memorable than evading surveillance. You hide in plain sight, using the system itself as camouflage. Before concluding, let's discuss the most common mistakes that undermine your gray man status. The things I constantly observe in prepared people completely contradict the goal. The first mistake, wearing one piece of tactical gear with casual clothing. You're in jeans and a t-shirt, but you have a tactical belt, 5'11" boots, and a knife in your pocket. You think you look inconspicuous. That's not it. This one element of tactical gear sets you apart for anyone who knows what to look for. It's either all in one style, or you've failed. Second mistake, obvious threat scanning. I see it all the time. Head on shoulders, eyes darting, checking corners and exits as if on patrol. You just informed everyone that you are prepared and expect trouble. Congratulations. Now you are the most interesting person in the room. Mistake 3. Traveling in obvious groups of prepared people. 3 men in their 40s, all dressed in earth-toned casual clothes and carrying similar bags, moving together at a tactical distance. You are the convoy. You stand out as a group. The gray man moves alone or with people who look like ordinary companions. Family, random friends, random travelers, not a tactical team. Error 4, overreacting to false alarm signals. The car's exhaust pipe backfires. Everyone else hardly notices. You take a combat stance. You just failed spectacularly. Grayman reacts like an untrained civilian, even though his training screams the opposite. Mistake 5, too perfect appearance for the surroundings. The crisis has lasted 3 days. Everyone looks tense, dirty, and tired. You look fresh, clean, and well-rested. You either have a safe base with resources, or you are too far from reality to understand what is happening. In any case, you stand out. Mistake 6. Constant weapon checks. You subconsciously touch your hidden weapon to confirm it's in place, adjusting the holster and shifting your jacket for easy access. Anyone trained notices this. You have just claimed that you are armed, which may make some more cautious and others more aggressive. The 7th mistake. Demonstrating knowledge during casual conversations. Someone makes a tactical error in their preparation plan. You can't do anything about it. You correct people. and offer them better advice. Now you are the one who possesses knowledge, an expert. Experts are remembered. People seek experts when they need help. Mistake number 8 is using your real car with easily recognizable features. Your truck is adorned with your company's logo, a National Rifle Association sticker, veteran numbers, and tactical gear visible on the back seat. This vehicle has now become a permanent marker. Anyone who sees you can identify you, track your movements, and remember where you are headed. Each of these mistakes creates a memory, triggers stimuli, and sets you apart from others. Completely avoid them. These 7 rules are the foundation of the true methodology of the gray man. It's not just about clothing. It's a complete operational mindset that allows you to move unnoticed in hostile territories. Rule 1. Establish basic parameters for each environment before moving. Rule 2. Eliminate all stimuli and triggers related to your personality. Rule 3. Fully control your eyes and body language. Rule 4. Master the management of conversation and the verbal tactics of the gray man. Rule 5. Adapt your appearance according to changing conditions. Rule 6. Develop the inner thinking of the gray man and mental discipline. Rule 7. Master operational deception and complex tactics. Gray man does not mean you should fear or avoid conflicts. It is about controlling when and where conflict occurs. You choose your battles rather than letting them be imposed on you. You move through chaos unnoticed, reaching your goal while others are still arguing at checkpoints, falling victim to robberies in troubled areas, or explaining their actions to hostile groups. The greatest victory is the fight that never happened because no one saw you as a target in the first place. Start practicing these skills now, in ordinary times. Test your ability to blend in with your surroundings. See if you can pass through a crowd and remain unnoticed. This is a skill that requires practice, not just knowledge. Which of these 7 rules surprised you the most? Leave a comment. Are you already practicing the gray man tactics? Or is this a new concept for you? Share your thoughts. Subscribe to Bunker Down Survival for advanced preparedness tactics that go beyond gear. The prepared not only survive, they thrive, remaining invisible until it's time to become dangerous. Stay gray, stay alive.